initially we were told that we had twins, and sadly we lost the first twin.
Between 12 and 20 weeks.
Yeah, and
but that was expected. The doctors told us,
yeah,
because they couldn't find a heartbeat.
And then the second twin, which we've since called Jasmine, she carried along fine. We were told everything should be normal, everything should be fine, until 31 weeks.
31 weeks, I had a bleed.
You went into hospital for a few days.
Yeah.
Come home, went for a routine outpatients follow-up with a midwife who couldn't find a heartbeat. So we were sent into Derriford to have some scans, and that's when we were told that we'd lost Jasmine. The day we buried Jasmine, Mum went home and she saw a single white snowdrop in the garden, and we'd been talking about setting up this sort of appeal to raise £1,000, and Mum said, well, why don't you call it Snowdrop Appeal? And that's where the name come from, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There were lots of things we thought this could be improved and that could be improved, and how can we make that work, and how can we work with the hospital to try and get those improvements. And it's been a slow plod to get there. Everybody was in agreement, really, that things do need to change for the better, and that's what we really wanted to happen. We converted the 2 rooms a few years ago, which was a huge milestone for us, wasn't it? But what we really wanted was a separate unit with a private entrance, if that's what people chose, because we had to walk through the maternity ward, and that was like torture for us. So we wanted the facilities to be able to come in to a separate door, same as if you're going for another outpatient appointment somewhere, and then to have all those facilities that you need for such a sad time in one place, and that's what we always really wanted.
Yeah.
We never thought we'd get here, did we?
No.
And to see it finished is absolutely amazing. Yeah.
And how we imagined it to be.
Yeah. I think one of the real one of the best parts with the Snowdrop Suite is that there's 2 entrances. So there's the original entrance which we came through, where you can come through the ward if that's what you prefer, or we've actually got a separate doorway from outside. So that allows parents, the privacy and the dignity to come in on their own if that's what they choose. And the other really amazing thing with the new suite is how quiet it is. When we stop talking, you'd hear a pin drop down here, and yet you're right on the end of a really busy ward. And when we lost Jazz, one of the things that we were really kind of traumatised to some degree was hearing all the noises and the babies crying and the mums in labour. But down here in the new suite, it's a really lovely, quiet place.
We're really lucky to have this distinct unit now. I mean, it's been years and years in the planning, but it is something that has really been worth waiting for. Now we've finally got it. It's incredibly special. So for families who either have known that they've got a baby that it isn't going to live for very long, so they've got a really distinct period of time with their baby after birth, or for people that lose their baby during the course of pregnancy, to have an area that is just protected from the hustle and bustle of the rest of the maternity unit, where they can make their own distinct memories, is really incredibly important. I think what we do know is that there are huge national drivers to make sure that we have distinct facilities for families who are experiencing loss at and around the time of birth. But also we've taken an awful lot of advice from our families, from Plymouth and Devon families that have come through and used our unit, and really listened to them about what they would want, what they would have wanted in such a facility. It would be churlish of me to think I could even start to list the number of people that have made this happen. A huge number of people, both people who've experienced loss, people with lived experience, but also local businesses, people that have absolutely bought into the concept of needing to have a distinct area for families, and our thanks are just, too much for us to even be able to express.
Losing a baby is probably the person's most traumatic experience you can ever have. So to take some of that trauma away with all the other things that are going on in a busy hospital, such as the noise background, the environment, I think having something like this makes such a big difference to helping with that trauma and reducing that trauma.